Right, this one is a core and pelvic floor workout. So on the floor the entire time. One thing you might need is if you've got one of these core balance balls, they're like about, I think it's about £4 off Amazon, maybe even less than that. If not, if you haven't got a ball or one of your kids' soft balls, try having a cushion or a cuddly toy or something like that you can squeeze between the knees at some point. So I'm just going to put that there for the moment. So we're going to start off, well, it's going to be 6 exercises for the pelvic floor and glutes, 6 exercises for the core, and then we're going to repeat them. So that is 24 in total. Quite intense. If you decide you only want to do half of it, so 6 of the core, 6 of the pelvic floor, that's fine. It is quite intense, so it's up to you how many you do. You can stop it halfway, but if you want to go the full hog, then by all means go for it. So we're going to start off with the pelvic floor and 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. It's a little bit intense. We'll see how we go. If you need to stop, then feel free to stop, okay? So, we're going to, in fact I'm going to spin around this way so I can see the timer. So, I'm going to quickly demonstrate the first exercise to you, and that is the bridge, okay? We're putting all our weight in the heel, so our toes aren't really touching the floor very much, just all the weight's in our heels, okay? So bring your heels quite close to your bum, and we're just going to squeeze our glute muscles here. Now I also want you to squeeze your pelvic floor, and my horrible analogy of this, which is pretty gross but accurate, is imagine you're squeezing in or trying to hold on to your tampon. That is the best analogy I can think of how to reach the pelvic floor really effectively. So we've got 5 seconds left, and then you can release for 20 seconds. And if you need to, bring your knees into your chest for a second. Right, the next one we're going to be doing, same again, but this time I want you on your tiptoes, not too much, just so imagine you've got like a kitten heel, not a platform heel, but like a 1-inch kitten heel on the bottom of your shoes, okay? So it's going to be hitting different muscles now. You probably feel this a little bit more in your calves, more than you did in the previous exercise. So I'll move my hands out the way so you can see all nice straight line. And again, squeezing those pelvic floors, squeezing those glutes, and just having your feet slightly off the floor so you can feel it more in your calf muscles. You've got 10 seconds left. If you need to drop down, okay? Right. Hug your knees into your chest for a second. Now we're going to be doing a single leg bridge with the right leg lifting and lowering. This again is very intense, so if you can't do the whole 40 seconds, that's fine. Something to work towards. So get into position. Now your heel now is flat on the ground. We're going to lift and lower that right leg. So I don't want the right leg going too high. I don't want to go all the way up here. Just kind of level with your other leg and then back down. If you need to, stop for a second. It's halfway, so stop now if you want to for a second. And then get yourself back up there once your muscles had a few seconds to recover. We've got 5 seconds left. It's intense, I know. And hug your knees into your chest. And then we're going to move on to the left side. So again, lifting that much, you put in the weight in your heel. Get into position. So we're slowly lifting and slowly lowering. Also, the faster you go, it kind of puts your joints out of whack. So just try and do it slow and controlled. And keep your form halfway, so if you need to stop, stop. If not, keep going. Five seconds. And stop. Hug the knees into your chest. Right. Next we're going to grab the ball. So I want to put the ball in between your knees. And then we're going to lift and squeeze. In fact, we're going to squeeze the whole time, so lifting and lowering, okay? And again, squeeze that ball or cushion or whatever you have in between your knees, lift and lower your bum. So go to full bridge extension and then slowly back down. But again, try and squeeze your pelvic floor, remember that analogy? Without slipping. We're more than halfway, we've got 10 seconds left. Lift and lower and squeeze. Right, and then the next one is we're going to pulse with this ball. So bum is down, keep your bum on the floor. We're just going to pulse, not squeezing our knees. So not just yet, obviously we're on rest, but just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that sort of speed. And again, squeezing those pelvic floors. So you ready? It won't look like I'm doing anything probably on the video, but we're pumping the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze that pelvic floor halfway. You'll feel this in your inner thighs as well. Inner thighs doing a bit of work here, often quite a neglected muscle. It's not that often, day to day, you probably use your inner thighs as much as you use your quad muscles. Right. Now we're going on to some core work. So go your legs in tabletop and then just tap the foot down, okay? Option, you can just lie back or you can lift your head. Up to you. Now, remember with your lower back to make sure it is fully engaged with the floor. So imagine you're bracing yourself for a punch. And you'll feel your lower back has got more grounded with the floor. Halfway. Right, even this is too intense. You don't need to tap your heels, just take it in turns to lift and lower your leg, okay? Ideally heels. At some point we'll go to full extension, but for now, heels. Right. The next thing we're going to be doing is feet in tabletop again, lifting the shoulders, and we're going to be pumping the arms. Exhale for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if this feels difficult, you can still lie back and put your head and neck to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And count in your head. Just remember to exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. And lie back. Right, next we're going to do is a leg lift and lower for right leg. Now, option again, you can put your hands across your chest if you wanted to do this. We haven't started yet, just demonstrating. So, if you want to, you can put your hands across your chest. If you prefer, then just lie back. Remember to keep that core engaged, so if you need to, imagine bracing yourself for a punch again, just to make sure that it's still firmly, your lower back still firmly on the ground. You'll also feel this in your hip flexors, and in your quads. Five seconds. Now swapping legs. So remember to brace yourself up, punch again, just to make sure your lower back is firmly on the ground. Right, I'm going to lift this leg in preparation. 3, 2, 1. Lower and lift. How are you feeling? Is this all manageable? Like I said, if you want to take it up a notch, you can cross your arms in front of your chest. If you want to take it even further and add more weight to the back of your neck, then you can certainly do this. The next level is this, but we're not going to do that for now. One step at a time. Right. Next exercise is like a bicycle. We're holding our knee, bringing our knees into it and holding our knee. And you can lie back and do this if you wish. If it's too much for a full extension, then you can just go to heel taps. If you can do the full extension, that's great. Up to you whether you put your neck and head to the ground, or if you lift your shoulders off the ground. Just go the level that you're at. Don't try and push yourself further than where you are right now. Accept where you are right now. It's absolutely fine where you are right now. The whole idea of exercising and getting fitter is that we slowly progress. We don't start there straight away. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Right, the final one is, you do this on your forearms, mountain climbers, with a plank hold. So we hold the plank for 5 seconds, mountain climb for 5 seconds. So let's try holding that plank first. Keep your feet hip distance apart so you've got more balance, and then climb that mountain. Now it's up to you whether you go on your elbows or on your hands. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come down on the knees for a second if you need to. That will push you past the point that you are at. Right, back to a controlled mountain climb. Like I said, you can do this on your forearms. Now hold for 5 seconds, and back to that controlled mountain climber. Right, option now, you can stop right there or repeat it. So I can repeat it with you now. If you felt that was enough and you're done, that's absolutely fine. Remember just to stretch out for a second, stretch out your chest, stretch out your stomach. Child's pose, lie on your back for a few seconds if you're choosing to stop now. If you're not and you want to carry on, then let's go for the second round. So, back to it with the bridge, with the heels into the ground. This is a nice little breather for you anyway, even if you decide to carry on. So, get into that bridge, heels in the ground. Squeeze those butt cheeks, squeeze your pelvic floor, keeping it all sucked in. We are halfway. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Obviously, if you need to just let go of your pelvic floor every now and again and squeeze again, that's absolutely fine. And release. Bring your knees into your chest. Right. The next one again is back to those glute bridges, but on balls of your foot. So imagining we're wearing kitten heels, with just an inch or two between our heels and the ground. Into position. Let's go. So this one is, like I said before, much more in your calves than the one was previously. So keep squeezing as well, squeeze those glutes, squeeze your pelvic floor. We've got, I'll tell you when, 10 seconds. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Hug your knees into your chest. Right, the next one is the single leg raise in a bridge. So we're starting off with the right. In 5 seconds, let's get into position. 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower. Squeeze in that glute. Now if you need to, remember, come down for a few seconds, squeeze your knees into your chest if you need to. Get that recovery in, and then get back to it halfway. Ten seconds. Almost there. And stop. Hug your knees into your chest. Perhaps circle your back if you want to, circle your knees so you get that lower back stretch. And then we'll swap legs. We'll go on to doing the left leg. So into position. Lift and lower. Keeping everything square. Try not to make, if one side's dipping and wobbling, then come to your bum. We're more than halfway. Again, if you need to release your muscles for a second, then by all means, hug your knees to your chest. 5 seconds. And hug those knees into that chest. That bit is over. Thank goodness. Right. On the ball. So grab a ball, grab a cushion, whatever you have. And we're going to go into lifting and lower and squeezing the ball between your knees. And remember to squeeze that pelvic floor on the way up. So release when we're down, squeeze when we go up. Squeeze on the up. Halfway. So if you struggle with your pelvic floor, this is going to really help. Also, just think how strong your butt muscles are going to be. Right, release. Now remember, the last one for this is getting your knees in the air and pulsing. No, not knees in the air, sorry, just pulsing. But squeeze with your pulse. Right, squeeze and release. So every time you're squeezing that pelvic floor as well. And remember that analogy I gave you about the tampon. That's exactly what I want you to be doing when you do that squeeze. So squeeze, release, halfway, squeeze and release. And then it's back to the core exercises. Squeeze and release. And stop. Right. Next one is legs on tabletop. And we're going to be tapping those heels. If the heels are too much, then just tap your feet. So put a flat foot rather than the heels. So tap those heels with the arms down to the sides. Again, you can either have your head on the ground. You can have your arms across your chest and your shoulders lifted. If that is too much, however, then stick with the heels. And if that is too much, then just tap the foot down, flat-footed, okay? This might feel like a lot of leg work, you'll be surprised how much your core is being used right now. You might not. Right, remember to brace yourself like punch so you can make sure that your stomach's still firmly, your back's still firmly on the ground, and then we'll go to the 100. So legs at tabletop, not just yet. And we'll pump the arms. Exhale for 5, inhale for 5. Right, use this position, engage that core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to, put your neck back. If your neck's aching or your shoulders are aching, put your head down. If not, halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can put your shoulders up. Remember to inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. And stop. If you want, just release that tension, lift your hips up into the air. Right, the next one is going to be the leg lift. So almost similar to what we did with the bridge, except our bums are on the ground. And brace yourself for that punch, lift your leg, up and down, up and down. Again, fine for you to keep your head on the ground. If you want to, you can lift your shoulders up and put your hands across your chest. Ooh, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, have your knees into your chest if you need to, and then we go on to the other side, so the left side. How are you finding this so far? It's intense. Right, into position. And lift and lower that left leg. You put your arms straight up like that if you need to. Just relax into it if you want. Now it's a slow and controlled lifting and lowering. We're not just swinging our leg up and down. Slow and controlled. The more time you take with the lift and lower, the more time under tension your stomach muscles have. So if just swinging our leg about, we're also going to do a bit of damage if we're swinging our leg. 3, 2, 1, bring that knee in. Right, onto the bicycles. So, holding on knee, option to lie back. Remember to brace yourself for a punch, make sure your back is fully on the ground. And let's go. So, option to have your shoulders, your neck, and your head on the ground. You can, if you want, lift your shoulders up. If, as I said before, extending your legs is too much, you can just go with the heel tap instead. 20 seconds left. Up to you. So you can heel tap. You can keep your feet off the floor. Now, the lower your feet are to the ground, the harder it is. The higher your feet are, the easier it is. final one is those mountain climbers with a plank hold. I know this isn't an enjoyable one for most of you. So we'll do 5 seconds mountain climb, 5 second plank hold, 5 seconds release, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your plank for 5. And down for 5. Right, 5 seconds, we go back to it. Let's go. Mountain climber for 5. Plank for 5. On your knees for 5. And back to it. Mountain climber for 5. Plank hold for 5. And release. Right, let's stretch it out. Lie on the backs. Stretch your arms in one direction, your feet in the other. Feel that nice stretch across your stomach. Now we'll just pause this. Right, let's get your right knee up, left hand over your right knee, pull it over to the left side. So your knee is going the opposite direction to your arm. Your arm stretched out, you feel that nice spinal stretch. Then your knee, ankle over your left knee. Thread your hands through. Pull your knee to your chest so you're getting that nice hip stretch and glute stretch on your right side. And then we'll swap sides. So left leg, your right hand over your left leg, pull it down, pull your left knee down to the right side. Left arm extended out, look back towards your left hand. Feel that stretch along your spine. And then bring your left ankle over your right knee. Thread your arms through. Bring your right knee to your chest and feel that stretch along your left hip. Lovely stretch. Right, roll over onto our fronts. Let's go into a cobra. Tuck your elbows in. Lift your chest off the ground. Head up. Feel that stretch in your back, chest, and the stomach muscles. Go onto your hands and knees. We'll do some cat cows. So cat position. Down into a cow, back into a cat, down into a cow. Open up that back, stretching out our chest and our stomach. Alright, roll on to your bottom, cross your legs in front of you, round down, feel that lovely stretch in your hips. Right, roll up, interlace your fingers behind your back, stretch out your chest, your stomach. Interlace your fingers in front, stretch out your back. And that is it for your pelvic floor and core workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.